Welcome back to the channel. Today I am continuing the series Top of the Shop, where I find the best creations on the workshop and share them with you guys. This time I was looking on the workshop the past couple days and looking for creations that I liked. So with that, let's get to the creations. Today I have 7 creations here, and they are all pretty unique in their own way. They all have their own thing going on with them, and we are going to start with Grievance by Grenade. Grievance was known for his gleaming white and gold armor, a symbol of purity and honor. Contrast to his character, he sees himself as above the law, using his position to bully the weak and crush anyone who challenges his authority. Once noble armor, now a symbol of his ego, gleams with a cold, arrogant brilliance. WASD, space control. Okay. Wow, this is bigger than I thought it would be. Whoa. Okay. So, it looks like it's a centaur of some sort. Oh, yeah, I see where he gets jousting from. We have a spear that we can joust forward. I don't know how this would play against other creations. We'll find out. Control. I can't quite tell what control does. I know it does thrusters, but I don't know exactly what it's supposed to do. Space appears to be forward thrusters. It's pretty slidey too. I want to see if I can use this against another one. Okay, we have another one set up here. I want to see if this can do any damage to that other one. Looks like it might... Ooh, okay. It might be too slow to do any real damage, honestly. It's too soft to really get in there. Overall, it is a pretty neat design. I do like it. I like the metallic bits of it. I see where the lore came from. I'm now noticing there's little thrusters in here, in the arm. And I'm trying to figure out what activates them. Looks like it's just space. Okay. So that might be stronger using space. We'll check it out, see if it does anything. It feels like it hits harder with that on, if I can even hit it. But yeah, good creation, neat creation. I like everything you can do with it. It's really organic too. I like that style. All right, we're moving on to the next one. Next creation is a Cyber Spino by EO, Everyday Oblivion. After the great success of the Cybersaurus and the Cybermeg, a second Cybersaurus was notable. WASD, L click, open mouth, R click, magnet, space, weapons on, click when lights are red to fire, X jump, control lower body, shift raise body, alt roar. Okay, let's just see. I don't know what that all means, so we'll find out. Off the bat, this thing looks really nice. It's a pretty cool aesthetic. And it looks like it can be used in the water. We'll test that out in a minute. The head tracking is sick. Tail moves. This is a really cool walking mechanism, actually. That's neat. I haven't seen something like that. Works really well, though. Okay, what we got? We got, of course, WASD. We have space. Whoa. Space looks like there's supposed to be a... Okay, so we need to hold down space to fire the gun. That looks really neat. I like the way the lights kind of go down the spine. Control is a rear up compared to... Or sorry, shift is a rear up compared to control. E turns the head. That's nice, actually. I like the turning. Okay, X is kind of a hop. I mean, it is a hop. Mouse 1, it's the shooting. Or a roar, I guess. Alt... Yeah, alt is a roar, like I said. Right click turns off the magnet. Q, yeah, Q turns the head the other way. All right, now we're gonna test it out in the water because it has water functionality. All right, we are over by the carrier and I want to see, okay, so it does just work in the water. Same way it would be walking. I think that's what the tail is for turning under here, because it doesn't look like anything turns underneath thrust-wise. It does work well in the water, I will say. It's a very cool creation. Okay, I'm stuck. Okay. Help me. Yeah, neat creation. The details on the eyes are nice too. All right, on to the third creation. Okay, next one up, I kind of have some history with. It's the UNSC M12 FAV Warthog from Halo by Warranty Voided. The legendary technical. It explains itself. WASD to drive, point and click to shoot, space for magnet, E for headlights. Easy enough. I used to play a lot of Halo as a kid, so I'm a big fan of this one. Looks like the turret is just aiming servos. That's nice. So it's just a basic car, but it does kind of handle like you would imagine the Warthog would, or how it feels in the game, somehow. Wow, it is a powerful car too. That is very nice. Oh, whoops. Yeah, crash when it's expected. Of course, we have mouse one to shoot. Space for a magnet. I don't know what that's about. Maybe as a trailer hitch, but neat car. I don't have anyone here, but I do want to test it out against another car. See what the minigun can do. Okay, so we just spawned in another one. It's just a normal minigun. Nothing special. But it does feel like it controls well. These aiming servos are really, really nice, actually. Yeah, solid creation. What I think might be a little more interesting is see what this can do against an explosive barrel. Let's see if we can hit it. Does it blow up? It does blow up. Neat. That far one is gonna be tough. Does that one blow up? It does. Cool. What that? Yeah. Wow. This thing. These aiming servos are good. That's awesome. This is a really well-driving creation. Usually with these types of creations, the mass is super high up and it can fall over easy, but not for this one. Alright, next creation is the MBX70 Mutt by Metalburger. Once again, he was in our last video. Yeah, for the Metalburg Air Edda. So this will probably be similar. WASD QE, pitch, roll, and yaw. So this has roll, unlike his last creation that we went over, which didn't have any roll. Spacebar for thrust. T is an auto cruise. That'll be interesting to look at. Shift and control, ascend, descend, left click guns, right click grenade launcher. The Vertex 2 finally came into sight. The quantum drives were disengaged and the telescopes adjusted. They saw things the probes didn't, similar to Chirp Planet. The planet had a gaseous ocean, a thick layer of clouds. The continents were abundant with red vegetation that reclaimed the remains of ruined cities. The Chirpo researchers noted that the planet matched the description of the mythical land of Avalon, where King Melvin would go to rest in the Melvinian legends. They saw roads connecting the cities, and they all led to a plateau surrounded by dense mountain ranges, the Forbidden Rifts, as the Chirpo researchers called them. But instead of ruins, there was a giant crater there, but it was no normal crater. It was triangular, and was surrounded by smaller craters, spaced in a pattern similar to a footprint tracks. It looked like something enormous walked around until it reached the rifts, and there the tracks disappeared. Surely that place was that planet's parallel to Metalburg. Memento launched her MBX-70 Mutts to scout. To their surprise, they were met with rockets emerging from the shrubbery. They would encounter more than just chirpogriffs there. There was another threat in that post-apocalyptic world, and it was armed with explosives. The Mutts fired back, setting the big red bushes ablaze, and the attacks ceased. It was time to figure out what or who they were dealing with. So that's a long description. A lot of lore. We'll see how it goes. This thing is very small. That is really cool, actually. I like that submarine seat being used as a pod. I don't know what these feet are going to do once we start flying, or if it's just going to stay like that, but we'll see it. Oh, wow. So they fold up. This is a neat little plane. It's kind of slow, but it's neat. I noticed they used the new taillights here as a part, and also the new wedge on the back. So space is thrust. Shift, I think, is a hover. Yeah, shift is a hover. Oh, it automatically hovers. That's nice. Control goes down. Shift is up. Space is forward. T might just be the autopilot system. Yeah, T is the autopilot. E. Okay, E and Q are yaw. Okay, so we have a minigun and we have a grenade launcher. When you do thrust forward, those 4 lights turn on. I want to see what kind of punch this thing can do. We're going to spawn in another creation and see what happens. This time we're just going to spawn in the Warthog and use that against it. Alright, so we spawned in the last creation. And now I just want to, I guess, bomb it. Because we already know what a minigun's going to do. I haven't really seen much with the grenade launcher. And this thing does hover, so. We hit it? Oh yeah, we hit it. Wow, yeah, that thing just erupted. Wow. Okay, this is a really cool creation. I like the little light on it. It's not a light, but it looks like one. No, it is a light. Is it a spotlight? I think it's a spotlight. Okay, yeah, it does turn on. That's cool. So we just have a spotlight. That's useful. On to the next one. Next creation is Crocodile, the Steno Corporation. Requires 16 power cores. Okay, so this looks like it was meant to be used in Pioneers, which is the new campaign. I also have a video coming out on the campaign soon, so stay tuned for that. It's just taking a while for me to finish. So we have WASD to drive, fire left mouse, EMP right mouse. We have a free look and a shield. We have more lore. So the Steno Corporation cleared the meadows of the BOTNAKs and began constructing a large base and production facility in the wasteland, well as setting its sights on the second megadrill. To prepare for this, Steno Corporation HQ started designing a combat vessel that was small, easy to produce on Gregory in large numbers, and capable of overwhelming the BOTNAK's defenses. Using experience from its previous Neptune gunboat and salvaged shield technology from the BOTNAKs, the corporation designed the Crocodile-class gunboat. Ideal for engaging BOTNAK hover tanks and in large groups, powerful enough to take down the megadrill. Additionally, the Crocodile could transport up to 8 frogates in its hull. Once the design was finalized, it was uploaded to the base in the wasteland, and over the next few weeks, 25 Crocodiles were built and deployed. Nearly the entire Mudflats region was cleared of BOTNAKs except for the Vortex where the megadrill remained. With all 23 remaining Crocodiles converging on the Vortex from all sides, the last remnants of the BOTNAKs and the megadrill were destroyed before lunch, allowing salvage operations to begin. Luckily, that's the last big lore tidbit we have to read today, so let's just go to a water spot and spawn them in. Alright, we are back at the carrier. So we got the boat, of course. I don't think I'm going to be looking inside of it. I mean, we can already see the seats right here. But it's a pretty cool boat. It's very detailed for its size, actually. It looks nice. I like the radar. The radar is a really cool touch. We have our guns. These things look huge. Hold up, what is that? We have a coffee mug. Wow, okay. A coffee mug on the front to give that cannon look, and then 2 cannons just kind of in there. Okay, so the cannons do hurt. We can aim them up. We have V for free look. So now we can look at these cannons. They look really nice. We have a shield on the front. All right, so wow, that's some range. Okay, right click is an EMP. Left click is a cannon. The thing is, this thing kind of looks like it falls over. I don't think it ever will flip, but we get really, really close. This is a very sick creation, actually. Like all the other combat-focused ones, I'm gonna show off a battle, I guess. All right, so we have a second one. I didn't know the large cannons actually locked on. Oh, no, that might be the EMP, actually. So it is kind of... I want to get a little further away, see if it's any harder to hit it. Okay, well... It looks like the cannons track. Do they? Yeah. I do like the water explosions. Whoa. Whoopsies. Didn't mean to do that. Man, now it's spinning. Kinda give me hard to hit that. Come on. There we go. Split in half. I think that's gonna be it for that. Whoa. Wow, that is some damage. Yeah, this boat's not coming back anytime soon. Alright, second to last creation is the Eclipse Automatic Airliner. I redesigned my first plane ever made with a simplified version of my auto landing system. Space throttle, WS up down. Okay, looks like standard plane controls, minus the autopilot and the auto landing. Wow. We're gonna have to test that out. Open door, landing gear test, lights, arrows up and down for cruise control. Auto landing, I recommend using cruise control at 100 miles an hour, then activate auto landing. The plane will land where the crosshair is pointing. That sounds complicated. We're gonna see where that goes. All right, so immediately off the bat, this plane looks nice. This is a really well designed one. We have 4 large engines. We don't have any guns. Space is gonna be thrust. H is the door, like they said. G is gear. L is lights. You know, I'm gonna keep those on. Actually, I believe cruise control is just the arrows. I don't remember if there was an activation. Hey, look at those landing gear. Wow. Oh, no. All right, let's check it out again, because I fell into the ocean. All right, I'm going to have to recheck the controls. I don't remember everything. Okay, so R is autopilot. 3 is auto landing. Did I see those keybinds? I did. Okay, wait, R can't be it, so it's probably P, right? I think we figured out cruise control. I don't know. This plane is complicated. We're on cruise control right now. And I think it said 3 was auto land. So we're going to just try to land on the carrier. Okay, I have everything all lined up now. So I'm gonna see if I can make this landing work. Specifically with auto landing. Alright, we pressed 3. Okay, so it does work. It's kind of hard to tell when it's on though. So I don't know if that was me or if that was just the plane. Either way, we landed. And that's that plane onto the final creation. Alright, finally we have Klingon Bird of Prey by Monster Atrocity. This one doesn't have a description, but I saw in the workshop and it looked pretty cool. It looks like it's an ornithopter of some kind. So we'll see what's up with it. Okay, so it does look like a bird, I would say. What do we have? We have A and D and S. It sounds like S turns off. Yeah, S turns off the other hover pads at the bottom. Spaces, thrust. Okay, so wow, we have a lot of guns. Okay, so I don't think, is it a bird? It is, so we can flap. I have a 60% keyboard though, so it's kind of hard to do that. I guess I can just do that. Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't have a 60% for this, because my arrow keys aren't arrow keys, but it's all right. Okay, so to pitch up, you need to bring your wings up. I see. These are a really cool creation though. And one that can break the sound barrier. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try using the follow camera and, or like the sticky orbit and see if that's any better. Because I need to have both hands on the mouse, or sorry, both hands on the keyboard to make it work. They could have bound the same thing just to W and S, but I don't know why they didn't. S, I guess if you don't want to glide as much, you can press S and it'll kind of stop you in the air. Very easy to land though. You just have to hold S to get it to stop. Then you're there. Boom. Neat creation. I like the bird. I just now noticed that's supposed to look like feathers. That's cool. So it does match the aesthetic it was going for. It's like a bird plane hybrid. So that's the last creation of today. Alright, that's all the creations I will be showing in today's video. All of these creations will be linked in the description like usual. As always, thank you for watching. I hope I have earned your support, and catch you next time. Bye.